Yo, what's up with y'all, bro? Hope y'all doing good. Today is Sunday, July 20th. Haven't picked up the camera in about a week or so, bro, but we're picking up the camera again today. We just recently hit 60 subscribers, bro, so I appreciate you, if you watch my videos, if you support what I'm doing, bro, I appreciate you. Pretty much, gang, hopefully, I'm not gonna make this video too long, but this video is just gonna be called why consistency is key, why being consistent is key. It's also going to be about a little bit of, everything that you're trying to do, like chase your dreams. You don't need to really go all in on it. I'm just going to tell y'all a couple of my experience that I had since I started chasing my dreams, bro. So, just has a lot to do with being consistent and, just not doing old things that you would do while you're in the middle of chasing your dreams, bro, because it's just going to make your journey take even longer than what you wanted to, bro. So I just get right into it, bro. I don't really have a script or nothing. I don't really have nothing that I'm reading, bro. I'm really just gonna talk to y'all like I'm talking to one of the homies. So pretty much, bro, I've had my brand for about a year, and I don't know if I've talked about this in my past videos, bro, but in the beginning stages of me starting my brand and owning my brand, I would say I started early July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Say the first 8 months I had my brand, I wasn't taking it serious like I was supposed to, gang. So that was of July last year up until I'd say around April of this year. So I really have only been taking my brand serious and sacrificing things, doing things I don't want to do, waking up every day and doing the same thing over and over, not getting results but still doing it. Just those type of things, bro. I've been doing that since April. I'd say maybe like late May. 2 months, bro. So it's only been about 2 months since I've really been locked in on my dreams. I wouldn't say I wouldn't count the first year, but I would just say it was a little bit of it wasn't what I should have been doing, bro. So just to tell y'all, bro, if you're starting a clothing brand, if you're starting a YouTube channel, if you're starting streaming, if you're trying to make it forward sports, bro, make sure you just go all in with that shit. And what I mean by all in, bro, is if you're trying to chase your dreams, if you're still going out on the weekends and partying, or if you're, playing the video game every night or like all day, waking up, get on the video game and that's all you do all day, or, just not putting time into your goals like you should be every day, it's going to hold y'all back, bro. It's gonna, if it don't cancel out your dreams completely, bro, it's going to make them take a whole lot longer than you want them to take, bro. So like I said, gang, I'm just making this video pretty much just to tell y'all, bro, if you're going after your dreams, gang, you really shouldn't be going out on the weekends and partying with your friends, drinking alcohol, or like just those type of things. I'm not saying to drop all bad habits at the same time you're starting your business, bro, because that's just too overwhelming. But I would say as you go on, bro, just try to better yourself as a person. Like say me now, what I'm doing since I really started locking in, bro, I'll wake up, and since the moment I wake up, bro, so the moment I'm asleep, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm working 24/7. Of course there's times where I'm scrolling on TikTok, but I'll make sure I'm not doing that all day long. I'll go ahead and get some work done for my brand right as soon as I wake up, then scroll for a bit and then eat, and then come back, work for a long time, get my work done, and that just comes with setting priorities, bro. So you want to be able to set your work as a priority and just overall, set the things that you have to get done on a daily basis a priority, bro. Instead of hopping on the game, you sit down at your desk and you get that work done. Of course you're not going to want to do it, bro. Even me, I don't ever feel like doing it, bro. Like, of course I'm going to want to hop on the game with my homies and have fun rather than work. Who's not going to want to do that, bro? But if you ask yourself, bro, and where you're trying to be, where you're trying to go, you know what I'm saying? Those are just things that you have to do, gang. So that's one thing that I mean by, go full in on what you're trying to do, bro. It wasted me a lot of time. I've been at this for a year and not where I need to be. I'm not where I should be, gang. I'm probably promise y'all right now. These past few months that I've been putting in my all have been the months that I've gotten the best out of my brand. I've gained over 1,000 followers. I made $8,000 in a drop just these type of things, bro. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that shit's easy, bro. Like, it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. So that's why I'm also gonna come on here and tell y'all, you know, if you're trying to start a brand, there's a lot of people that are scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on Instagram, and they want to start a brand because they're seeing the lifestyle that comes with it if it's successful. So I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, bro, don't get too excited with the clothing brand game. I could say that there's been a lot of people that might have, you know, it killed their dreams just by starting a brand, just because they're not willing to do what it really takes. They're not willing to be broke for their first couple months. There's a lot of times that are scary, gang. There's a lot of times where you're gonna really come down to the wire where you're almost out of money to fund your business, and it's just shit that gets crazy, bro. So I'm just gonna sit here and tell you, bro, if you're trying to make money online, if you're trying to be an entrepreneur in e-com, and you're not really willing to go through the fire to, you know, be successful with the brand game, then don't do it, gang. You're probably sitting behind your screen right now telling yourself that you're willing to, but I'm telling you right now, gang, it is the hardest thing that you're ever gonna do in your whole entire life. That's if you're starting in the position I did. You know what I'm saying? I started with $500 to $600 with my brand, and it's hard, bro. Like, I seen this one video where it said it takes longer to hit 6 figures with $1,000, starting with $1,000, than it'd be with 10K or 20K, because you have to 100x what you're doing, bro. If you know, like, I don't know how to explain it that good. There's this one YouTuber that said it, bro, but he said, you know, you have to 100x your profit. You have to do the same thing 100 times to hit 6 figures. Whether with 10K, you know, you only have to do it 10 times, or with 20K, 50K, 2 times. You know what I'm saying? It's just with the $1,000, and I started with less, bro. It's fucking hard, bro. Like, I'm gonna just keep it a buck, gang. Like, this brand shit, bro, like, if you knew me before I started my brand, you know, gang, like, I really have put my all into this shit, from the content, bro, from, you know, not hanging out with friends as much as I used to, as much as I want to still. I just can't, bro. Just quit certain habits. You know, if you knew me before I started this content brand shit, you knew, bro, that this is nothing that I would ever do. Go on, you know, the camera and post videos like this, bro. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, for sure. The most stressful thing I've ever done. The most pressure I've ever had on me in my entire life. You know, there's times where sometimes I'll say, like, damn, did I fuck up, bro? Like, should I have just kept a life that, you know, is content and not so stressful, and I know that I'm gonna get paid and I just have to go to work? But no, bro. I'm happy that I started my brand. You know, I'm happy that I went through these hard times, and it's just building me overall as a person, as a character. You know, my videos on YouTube takes me, you know, it's work what I'm doing, bro. It takes time, and, you know, there's some of these videos that I'll take hours and hours to edit, and I'll throw them on YouTube and they'll flop, bro. Like, if you scroll through my YouTube right now, I think I have one video that has over 100 views, bro, and that was my first ever video I dropped, which is crazy. But I think that was just a sign just to really, you know, follow through with this. Was that first video I ever dropped getting over 100 views. I'm not lying about it either, bro. You could really go to my YouTube and scroll. If you've never seen me before, my name's Cam. I'm pretty much make content like a lot of other brand owners. I don't know if you know them, but there's Jaya, there's Quan, there's Hollywood Shack. There's all these people that, you know, I'm kind of trying to get in their lane and do what they do as far as content. But let's just get back to what I'm, you know, talking about. Like, the title of the video, bro, is just being consistent, gang. Like I was saying, bro, like, there's literally times where I'll, you know, wake up daily, kind of, bro, and I'll wake up during the day, bro, and I'm like, damn, bro, I gotta do this again, knowing that, you know, I might not get the results that I want, and might get the results that I got yesterday, which was also not what I wanted. And, you know, if that happens, I gotta wake up again and do the same thing tomorrow. You know, might not get the results I want tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, or the next day. And, you know, you just knowing that you have to keep doing that shit over and over and over, bro, it's by far the hardest thing I've ever done. It's kind of not like basketball. It's kind of a little bit different than grinding for, like, gaming, or grinding to be good at basketball, or grinding to, you know, it's just different, bro, because here you're relying on algorithm and just kind of luck in a way, bro. Like, you have no control if your video is gonna go viral, You have no control how much views you're gonna get. I've seen videos that are that people spend over $200 on production to make their video look as professional and cool as possible, just for it to flop. And then you have videos that people will literally not try at all on, take 20 seconds to record, and that shit goes viral, bro. So with me, gang, my biggest thing about making it, with content and going viral is just consistency, bro. If you want to get lucky, you're gonna have to be willing to post 10 times a day, bro. If you post 100 times, 200 times a month, you're gonna have a higher chance of one of those videos going viral than posting 10 times a month, 20 times a month. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my biggest thing, bro, is be consistent with what you're doing. Every day, wake up, put your all into it. And if you're not putting your all into it, put a lot of yourself into it, if you know what I mean.
Shut your bitch ass up!
If you're not putting your all into your work every day, bro, at least, write goals for the day. Try to achieve those goals. I know some of y'all probably be busy. School's coming up again, so I know a lot of y'all are probably getting ready for school. But, just make time for what you're trying to do with your life, bro. Me, gang, I was a junior last year, and junior year was the year I started my brand, bro. So, my grades slipped. I didn't do good in school at all. And now I'm going into my senior year, but I would have been a reclassified junior. So, I said fuck school and dropped out of school. Shout out my dad for letting me do that. And ever since then, bro, ever since I knew I was dropping out of school, I went 120% with the content game. So if I'm not going to school, bro, I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? I kind of put myself in a position where I have to do this shit, bro. I have to win. No matter what I'm feeling, bro, I'll wake up and I'll work towards where I want to be. I know exactly where I'm trying to be in a couple years from now, bro. And there's times where I honestly get stressed out thinking about it, bro, because I look at other people and, in the year that they've had their brands and the year that they've been, doing what they've done, they're farther than where I am, bro. But I also like to tell myself, y'all probably have heard this, but comparison is the thief of joy, bro, and that's just straight up. Because like I said, it's only been a couple months since I started going 120% with this shit, where I, can honestly feel the pressure of me working harder and, just feel the shift in how much work I'm doing a day. And it's just honestly different, bro. Like, I don't know if you watched a video of mine in the past, but I told y'all that I don't have a car at the moment, so shit's been rough, gang. I'd be stuck in the crib, literally stuck in the fucking crib, bro. I have orders that I need to go take to the post office that are sitting right here. Over 10 orders that I need to go take, and I can't take them, bro, because I don't have a whip. So it's just different shit, bro. But, all that happens that y'all don't know about, y'all would have never even knew about that shit if, I didn't say that in this video. But with all that shit going on, I'm still consistent, bro, and I honestly think that's why I'm starting to see a little bit of results. I'm not gonna say I didn't make a jump in the year that I've been doing this for. I obviously have. I gained over 2,000 followers, almost 3,000 on my Instagram. Made almost $10,000 from my brand in a year. Not too bad, not where I want to be at all. And you know what I'm saying? Like, worst thing comes to worst, I've always loved doing this content. I've always loved making videos. I've always loved, really making content. Like, ever since I was little, I said this in another video, bro, I was literally 7 years old, maybe younger, probably like 7, 8 years old in my mom's old house 10 years ago when, I was with my cousins making videos in my house off of a fucking Samsung. So, like, I've always loved doing content, bro. But worst thing comes to worst, I'll pursue content for no matter what, bro. A lot of people know that the clothing brand market is saturated, and it's fucking like a needle in a haystack to be seen differently in the clothing brand game, which don't really stress me out no matter what. Also, another reason why I started this content shit, bro, is just to have another outlet, another way. And I've always just loved content, bro. I recently hit 60 subscribers, so if you're one of those people that are subscribed to me and you're watching this video and you made it to this point, go ahead and put the trophy emoji in the comments so I know you're subscribed to me. If you're one of those ones, where I appreciate you for subscribing, like, genuinely from the bottom of my heart, bro. Like, I really appreciate you, bro. because honestly, there's not a lot of people that want this shit as bad as I do, and I really, really mean that shit, bro. I just really, hope this shit works out, and I'm just gonna keep being consistent. I'm gonna keep, doing the things I never felt like doing, and, hopefully it works out. Like I said, my name's Cam. I'm 17 years old, bro, and hopefully I could show a lot of y'all that it's possible, bro, if you keep God first, consistency number 2, and have fun while you're doing it, bro. But I could say, like, consistency is probably the number 1 thing you could do, bro. Just every day make a post, every day do something to try to step forward, bro, and you'll never know where you'll be. So it's probably gonna be the end of this video, y'all. I appreciate you if you watch this video. Like I said, my name's Cam. I'm a up and coming clothing brand owner / entrepreneur influencer, I guess you could say. But yeah, bro, I have a drop coming up soon. It's gonna be these zip ups are coming back. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know if you follow my Instagram. I'm gonna drop all my socials down below. And yeah, bro, I also have a course for all students, all people that are trying to start a brand. And yeah, bro, it's no longer free right now because all my free spots got booked out, but it's not gonna be nothing crazy, bro. So you feel me? If you're trying to start your own brand, if you're trying to get started up in that, go ahead and DM my personal Instagram. Like I said, all my socials finna be linked down below. And follow my brand Instagram. We're gonna be dropping these again soon with the crop version for the females. A lot of people wanted those back, so I'm gonna catch y'all. I'm gonna also drop another video here soon. It's gonna be my full marketing plan, so go ahead and stay tuned. Hit that thumbs up, post notifications. I'm gonna catch y'all, bro. We out.